Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in for this fifth part of the Business Playbook series. I am Coach Sherry, and I am your business and career coach. It is my pleasure to share this information with you. It is going to be an overview. If you want more details, I will be setting up a master group starting in 2021. And there, I'm only having 10 people, and you will be able to get more detailed, more specific information for your specific business. So, this channel is about workforce development, career readiness, entrepreneurship, and real life, real issues, and real talk. Business Playbook series is to help you build a strong foundation for your business. I hope you have your pen and paper ready because this fifth part is about the financial piece. It's about mapping out your business's finances. Where are those finances coming from? And so I'm going to give you some really great tips, nuggets for you to capture. And for your specific needs, whichever one works best, I highly recommend that you go even deeper. But capture the information down by writing it. Don't just leave it to your mind to remember it. And I'm excited to share this information. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please be sure to leave them in the comment section so that I can pull you up or pull your comment up onto the screen so that everyone, even for the replay, can see it. I am glad that you are here. Let me see who is in the building. I see Kanie Moore is in the building. Thank you for being here. And Candyland Jonathan, thank you so much, the two of you, for being the first two in the live for tonight. So, this is a 10-part series and it is Business Playbook. And I encouraged you from the beginning to get a notebook specifically for this series. This is the fifth part of 10, and it is going to be about the finances for your business. A lot of people have great ideas. They want to start their own business, but they have no idea where they're going to get the money. And trust me, the money piece is huge. And you want to understand where it's coming from before you start to really go too deep into your business, because you don't want to get into a situation where you have all these amazing opportunities, but you really can't take advantage of them because you don't have the finances. So it's really important before you really launch your business to understand how it will be financed, especially if it's not a hobby. If it's a hobby, don't worry about it. But if you're trying to build it into a real business, and I know so many people are, I hear so many people getting LLCs, they are getting their EIN numbers, they're getting S Corps, they're getting incorporated, all these things, LLCs, and they don't have a clue of where their funding is going to come from. So before you do even all of that, make sure you have your funding in place. Let's see. Okay, I'm glad you got home safely. Hello, Jazzy TV. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. So I appreciate you all. I know there's a lot of things, a lot of activity and movement here on YouTube this evening, some great lives. I was even invited to a Zoom engagement. And so, there's a lot going on, but I appreciate you all for stopping in and saying, you know what, I'm going to check out what Coach Sherry is talking about. So as you know, this is the Business Playbook series. We're going to talk about where your finances are coming from and mapping it out. So, without further ado, I want to ask, do you have any questions before I go into the heart and soul of this information? Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns? I don't see any. If you are new to this channel or have been coming to this channel quite often, but have not yet hit the subscribe button, I invite you right now to go and hit the subscribe button and the bell for notification so that you will always be notified when I have a live or when I upload a video. I've been getting a lot of inbox messages saying they didn't know that I was on, or could I let them know and send them the link? And I have no problem with that. But if you are subscribed to my channel with the bell clicked on, you will be notified by YouTube. And that will make the process so much easier, because trust me, this is not my only thing. I have so much going on. And even though I would love to personally invite each and every one of you, sometimes it is not possible. And I know that this information is valuable and will help someone, even if it's just one person. I am pleased. That is a job well done. So I don't want you to miss anything. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell. As you're coming in, be sure to hit the thumbs up for a like. And don't forget, the comment section is here. If you're watching this on replay, you can leave a comment down below and I will be sure to address that as well. So thank you all so very much. So the first thing that we're going to talk about are friends and family. And you may have heard me talk about friends and family before. We actually spoke about it a little bit in the networking event. If you missed the virtual third Thursday networking event, you missed an amazing opportunity. Oh my goodness. There were so many great people in that live. It was the first, and it's going to continue on. So every third Thursday at 6 p.m., between 6 and 8 p.m., if you have a business, if you're on a career path, if you know of an opportunity, I invite you to come to that networking event, and you'll be able to come up onto the panel and share whatever it is that you have. Talk about your YouTube channel, talk about any kind of business you have, the opportunities within that business, products and services that you offer. If you are on a career path, if your company has jobs that are available, come up and share that. It was a great, great time. I'm also going to do it on First Fridays. So, First Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m. and third Thursdays from 6 to 8 p.m. There will be a virtual networking event here on this channel. So, we had talked, and there were some businesses on there. And I know one in particular, I'm going to talk about what she had mentioned when she came up on the panel, because it's very applicable to one of the forms of how to get financing for your company. But friends and family is something that we had mentioned during the networking event, because in the realm of direct sales, it's called the NFL group, and that's the no friends left. So we were talking about, always continuously pitching your idea to your friends and family, trying to get them to join your teams, to buy from you, and how tiresome that can be sometimes, especially if you are the recipient, if you are that friend or family. They may at that moment may not need what you have to offer, and what you're offering is amazing. You would never offer your friends and family anything that could be harmful to them. However, it may not be the right time. So you want to be mindful of how you continuously pitch. That's why having a bigger platform such as a YouTube, or however else you might do your attraction marketing, is really, really important. But friends and family, when it comes to mapping out the finances for your business, they could be a valuable resource. So you want to select the investment type that you are going to introduce to them. You want to make sure that you approach them in a very professional manner. You want to have your paperwork in place. You want to put everything in writing. You want to put the agreement in writing as well. You want to decide if it's going to be like a loan that is a payback loan, if it's going to be paid just straight with no interest, if it's going to be a loan that will be paid back with interest to your family and friends. How much will that interest be? What are the time frame? Is it going to be paid back in 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? What what type of is it a gift? Sometimes your friends and family believes in what you are doing so much that they just want to give you that as a gift. Is it a gift? You want to also document that if that is a gift. It might be a loan where they will get product from you for a certain amount of time. Depending on the cost of your product, you would have to determine, with this loan, you will be able to receive X amount of product. So always have the amount and the product value be about the same. Okay. And so you want to definitely have all those things in writing, even if it's paying me for product, have exactly what that is in writing. All right. So before I continue, I want to see who else has come in. I see Sade Princess, Beneficial Knowledge. Hello. Nice to see you again. Great to have you here. Thank you so much for asking everyone to thumbs up the live. I appreciate you. I really do. Does anyone have any questions regarding family and friends and having them as possible funders to finance your business? Any questions? I see you speaking to everyone. That's so awesome. Thank you. Yes, so that is the first one. So in your notes, you should have family and friends, and then a list of the different types of ways that you could possibly reach out to your family and friends for a loan. The next are grants, and grants are money that you can receive for your business that you do not have to pay back. Grants are wonderful and they are actually abundant right now. I'm going to put this website up, Grants.gov, and you can go on there. There are so many different grants out there. You want to see what the criteria is for each grant. If it's something as simple as maybe having a veteran as part owner of your business, or a woman, if you are a man, if you have a wife, have your wife be part of your business. There are so many little things that are easy to acquire, and so many people don't. They just are like, well, never mind, I don't qualify for that. But don't just count it out. Don't just say you don't qualify. Figure out if there are some things within the qualifications for that grant that you could possibly get so that you can qualify. So I wanted to talk about some things. I'm looking down because I want to make sure I give you all the information. So grants are, some are designated for minorities, for veterans, for women, for small businesses that may even work within government. Could be local, could be state government, federal government. If you have a contract, there might be some loans. There are some loans that you would be able to receive. And so you want to go to grants.gov to find out what are some of the other grants. So that's a database for all of the federal grants. I'm just going to give you like a little overview of the different types of things that they may be looking for. So there's service. So for disabled veterans owned small business program. So if you are a veteran, if you have a small business and you have a partner that's a veteran, then that would be something that could be you would qualify for. So the only thing is that 50% of your business must be controlled by one or more disabled veterans, and they have to be involved in the day-to-day operations. Okay. And that is how you will qualify for most of those loans in that classification. The next is a small business innovation research program, and that's S like Sam, BIR. And those are for small businesses that focus on science and technology. And I know there are a lot of companies that are sprouting up all over the place regarding technology, and they are trying to bring technology into schools. They're trying to train the workforce with more technology, with better technology. So those are businesses that would possibly qualify for these loans. You must operate as a for-profit company that's 50% owned by at least one US citizen. That's one of the major criteria, to be owned and operated by at least one US citizen. So that is a no-brainer right there. So many businesses that I encounter, they are always trying to start off as a nonprofit. And it always baffles me why so many want to be just a straight up nonprofit. To me, a nonprofit has the challenges of having your board of directors. You have to make sure that you have a group of people that are on the same page as you. If this is your vision, do you know how hard it is to find a group of people to have your same exact vision? However, if it's your business and they are your employees, then you're doing the thing, you running the show. But in a nonprofit, you have to consider everyone's vote, everyone's input, all those things. And there are so much money, so many grants that are not just for nonprofits, they're also for profits. And there are a lot of for profit organizations and businesses that have a piece of what they do as nonprofit. So it's not to say that just because you are a for profit business that you cannot do philanthropy. You can absolutely do things that will benefit and help your community in ways that is of no cost to them. Something that you do that gives back. I believe that every business, regardless, should always give back. Giving back is so important. I mean, of course you want to make money because that's how you're going to survive. It's not about how are you going to do what you do if you are not making any money. So yes, but you always should have a piece of your business that's given back freely without cost to any of the recipients. So let me see who else just came in. Will you have a look? It's all over the world or just USA? Um, Are you talking about for the grants? Most of these grants that I'm talking about are going to be just for the US. However, there are grants that don't have stipulations whether or not you are a US business or not. But some of the financing that I'm going to be talking about won't matter where you are either. It's just sometimes with the grants, it's such a their qualifications are very strict oftentimes. But there's loopholes with that as well. So I would still, if you are overseas, I would still encourage you to check out the grants. The portal, love, support, and thumbs up. Thank you, the portal. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, okay. So yes, and with the grants, it doesn't necessarily, a lot of them won't say that you have to be a business ran and operated in the US. It might just say you have to be a US citizen, or a lot of them don't even say that. So that's why I highly encourage whoever is out there that's listening, no matter where you are, to look at all the grants and comb through them. Now, in my mastermind group, I am going to be aiding and assisting people with actually submitting applications for these grants, and going through and having them craft the list that will be most affiliated and associated with their businesses so that they could be more specific and targeted as they apply for grants. Grant applications, it really just takes organization. As long as you are organized, you have a clear mission and vision, and like the things that we've been talking about thus far, these past four parts of the business playbook, if you have all these things in place, it will definitely help you with your grant writing. Okay. So the next is the Small Business Technology Transfer Program, and that's STTR. And that's research and development based, must formally collaborate with a research institution. So if you are working with a what's it called, a community college or a four-year college or a technical school, or any type of research institution where there's research that's being done on any level, that might be a grant that you will qualify for. There's also the USDA Rural Business Enterprise Grant Program. And this one I am actually going to look closer into because it offers technical assistance and training to small businesses that have less than 50 workers, less than 1 million gross revenue, and located in rural areas. The grant money for projects benefiting rural public entities, including towns, state agencies, nonprofits, higher education institutions, rural cooperatives, and federally recognized tribes. So there's a lot, to me, this one has a lot of opportunities that could really be um, attractive to many different types of businesses. Do you do business in small rural towns? Are you in a small rural town? There's so much going on in small towns, especially with community colleges. I mean, this is a great grant. It's the USDA Rural Business Enterprise Grant Program. Also with business, oftentimes I always recommend a mentor. And many cities or towns, if you have a chamber of commerce, I would highly recommend you go to your chamber of commerce and request more information on SCORE. That's SCORE. SCORE assigns volunteer business mentors to small business owners so that you can have someone to help you walk through things step by step. That's what they're there for, to answer your questions. A lot of them are retired, from their business, from corporate America, and they may have in their previous role in their previous careers, if they most of them have owned their own businesses, but some of them may have financed businesses, some of them may have been the company to oversee a particular, small, lots of small businesses, maybe on the legal side or financial side, just different things. But SCORE is a great resource and it's free to you. I highly recommend that you join the Chamber of Commerce. I've said this before because there's so many different resources that they have available to business owners of all sizes and at all levels. Let's see. Okay, thanks for the. You're welcome. You're welcome. Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. That's what this is all about. It's about the interaction. It's an opportunity for you to ask me any questions that you may have, and I love to give clarification. I do not prefer for people to walk away from me with uncertainties. Let's get this all out. So, any questions, comments, or concerns that you have, now is definitely the time to ask them. Okay, so that was, oh, and the next one are small owned, women owned small businesses, and that's WOSB. It's a federal contracting grant, and it offers business training, counseling, federal contracts, and access to credit and capital. And the qualifications for this particular grant is to be 50% owned and controlled by a woman. So if you are a man and you are married, or if you are a man and you have a sister, bring her into the business. Let her be 50-50 partner. And, as long as she has the will to do it and the wherewithal, or somewhat the wherewithal, because this grant will give her the knowledge that she needs to really help and assist you. And she will be a huge benefit to your business. So consider that. And when you go into business, I know a lot of businesses might be, you know, all guys that were buddies in school or teammates or whatever, and they just want to do a business together. And that is all well and good. And I actually, in the past, when I had my blog radio show, I interviewed a group of college guys. Well, they had just graduated from college, but they started a business in college. They sold mattresses and they were on a football team together. And then they elevated it and got furniture stores all over the like I don't even know, I can't remember how many furniture stores they had, but they had several. And they really built it as a business. But imagine if they also maybe included, if they got married, their wives, or if they had sisters around the same age, their sisters, or even maybe their mothers. And so now it's, they have women owners with them. They would have been able to qualify for that much more different types of grants. Remember, grants are money that you do not have to pay back. So this should be one of your first places that you look when you are trying to map out how you're going to finance your business. Now, during COVID-19, there's so many grants out here for small businesses, and it just amazes me to hear sometimes small business owners say, I'm not going to use that money. I'm okay right now. I'm going to let someone else who really needs it to use it. Well, in reality, we all really need it. Okay. The grants, especially if you are that of that mindset and you feel that way, get that money and do something amazing with it for your business to really help people. Expand your business if you can, to employ that many more people who are now losing their jobs. Do something that is going to benefit, but don't ever turn away free money. Free money is what makes the world go round. And that's the problem. Not enough people are getting it or going for it. uh, and that's when the bigger guys gets the money, so know that this money is out there. Go for it. Save it for a rainy day if you don't need it right now today. And if you absolutely don't want it, then share it with someone else, because that's the other thing. They'll say, well, I don't really need it, I don't want it, but then they won't tell anyone else about it. And it's like, okay, well, you're not really helping the next person, whether you're taking it or not, because you're not even sharing it with the next person. So at least share it with the next person. Okay, let me go into the comments and see if there's anything else. Nope. All right, so the next one that we're going to talk about are angel investors. All right. And so let me tell you about angel investors. Angel investors um, are are very generous people. A lot of people know people that they look at as angel investors because they may have a certain amount of money. They may have come into a certain amount of money. Um, just just know that a lot of people know angel investors because angel investors are wealthy individuals, or organizations, and they typically will fund a startup. And I'm just going to tell you, just from my own experience, having been in professional sports with my husband being a professional athlete, people always look to athletes or probably musicians or actors, people that just really overnight become wealthy as angel investors. And so they'll come to them with all types of ideas on scraps, pieces of paper, or ideas in their head. And they continuously come up to them saying things like, I got this idea. Oh, yo, I got this new thing we can do. Oh, this thing, if you get into this, we gonna blow up. Oh, I promise you, this is gonna be it. This is gonna hit. This is gonna be the thing. This is the move. All that. That's how a lot of people approach angel investors. And a lot of angel investors are very generous, and they want everybody around them to win. And some of them fall for those types of pitches that are just on a scrap piece of paper, on a the back of a gum wrapper, just ideas that they may have received a text from. That's not how you approach an angel investor. Oftentimes when they have those types of pitches, it goes in the ditches and it doesn't pan out to anything. So when you approach an angel investor, do it like you would if you were trying to get any other type of investment. Do it in a very professional way. Have all of the research done, have your documents in place, have how their money is going to be spent, have it all written out. Respect them enough to do that. Set up a meeting. Don't just be at the family gathering or the you know doing a drive by or on a phone when they're just calling you to say, hey, how you doing, and then you throwing this up like, oh, I got this idea, all I need is X amount of dollars. And it's funny when people say all I need, but they can't tell you pinpoint dollar for dollar, because when you have your business plan together, you know every penny where it's going to. When my husband and I did our real estate development, we knew down to the nail how much everything was going to cost, and it was put into our business plan line by line for each and every home that was going to be built in that development. So when you come to anybody with a business plan, you should have all of that down line item. Like, I'm asking you, my request from you is this amount, and with that amount, this is what I'm going to do with it. Okay. And typically, as an angel investor, they would want about 20 to 25% return on their investment. And so you might ask, well, how do I find it? And what's a good example of angel investing? And my father loves this show. It's Shark Tank. Shark Tank is basically angel investors. It's individuals that are listening to sales pitch, who are listening to business pitches and determining if this is something that they will find viable. Oftentimes angel investors want to know what you have done thus far with that business. They don't want you just to have this idea, this fly by night idea, but if you actually been selling it, you just been doing it out of your garage. Well, how much have you been selling? How much is it costing you to make that product? Or do you even have the correct vendors to get your product at a really good price? Your angel investor may have that hookup. That's another thing. And an angel investor is not always the money person. It might be their resources that you need. Um, so how to find them? You might be saying, Coach Sherry, well, how do you find angel investors? First of all, know who you are looking for. What exactly are you looking for? Because angel investors aren't always silent. They're not considered like silent partners all the time either. They may have a circle of influence. Like I said, you might need them to help you with the vendors. They may have a wealth of experience in the industry you're trying to go into, but on a higher scale, and you just trying to get in, like get your foot in the door. So they may be like a mentor type for you. You want to also look close to home. There's people in your own community that can be great angel investors. Look at people that, you know, want to start a business, have the finances to start a business, but just maybe don't have the time to start a business. They may also have a really high interest in what you're doing, especially if you're doing something with the environment, if you're doing something with technology, if you're doing something with the youth, things like that that might trigger them, and they just don't have the time or the wherewithal to do it, but they don't mind investing in that. Also, network. So we were talking about networking just a few minutes ago because I told you I just had my third Thursday virtual networking event, and it was on Thursday, and it was amazing. I really, really enjoyed each and every person that was there. I'm going to do First Fridays as well. Well, on this past third Thursday, I had people who wanted to. I dropped the link, and they came up on the panel and they shared who they were, if they had a YouTube channel, what their YouTube channel was about, if they had a business, what was their business, what type of product or service did they offer, as well as what did they need in the next 30 to 60 days. So basically, they gave an elevator pitch. However, instead of 30 to 60 seconds, which, as you know, that's how long elevator pitches should be, I allowed them to have at least 3 minutes on the platform to share their information. And so one business, which was Blessed Row, and if you don't know Blessed Row, she is an amazing content creator here on YouTube. She was saying that she was starting a business, and hold on, because I wrote it down. I have my notebook. I hope you do too. Let me see. I want to get it right. She has a non-emergency transportation agency. And so when you are networking, which is what we were doing Thursday night, and she came up and shared that that's the business that she was starting, you never know who might hear you. You never know who might have an interest in that. You never know who just came into a lump sum of money, and instead of spending it on frivolous things, they might be looking for a viable business to invest in, so that then can be another stream of income for them without them having to do much. So, you who knows who might have heard her say that. And if you go to the replay from my third Thursday virtual networking event, you'll see, you never know who might see that and say, wow, I want to reach out to her and invest in her new business, in her startup business. Wow, that sounds like it has a good thing. I want to hear more about it. I want to see her paperwork. I want to see how well it's being developed, because I possibly can donate money towards the vehicles that she would need. You just never know. So that's why networking on any type of level is really important. Knowing what your pitch is, your elevator pitch is important. Knowing who you are, what you have to offer is really important. Knowing what you need in the next 30 to 60 days and be able to effectively communicate that is very important. Let me see. I see a lot of people came in. I was just talking a lot. I apologize. Mr. Fulton Mars, thank you for being here. It's a tuber chat raid. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever really been raided before. Oh no, I have. Vern's Done Closet has raided me. Thank you, tuber chat. I appreciate you, Kevin. You rock. Oh my goodness. Sterling makes the N Adventures. Thank you for being here. Hey Zaya Rose, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Instant reaction talks. This is so fun. Thrill Seeks. Thank you for the raid. Thank you and welcome everyone in. If you are new to this channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell for notification. I am about workforce development, career readiness, entrepreneurship, and of course, real life, real issues, and real talk. I am Coach Sherry, and I am your business and career coach. And this right here, what we're doing is a 10-part series. This is part 5. It's the Business Playbook series on how to build a strong foundation for your business before you start your business. And so we are dropping nuggets tonight. In the chat, please leave your comments, your questions, your concerns so I can address them. We are talking about finances, mapping out the finances for your business. Tuber Chat, you rock. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. And also, as you're coming in, be sure to give the live a thumbs up. And hi, Jaden Sir 28. Nice to see you. Hello. Instant Reaction Talks. Thank you for the thumbs up. Scratching PPA, welcome. It's great to see you, brother. I'm glad you are here. Yes, this is so awesome. Wow. Thank you. And Aroma Delight Beauty Care Products. Hello to you. Welcome to the live. Yes, and Mr. Fulton is saying, Coach Sherry, I have some bigger announcements this Tuesday, December 22nd, Eastern Standard Time, interviewing country music singer Garth Brooks. Oh, I would love it. So it's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern on December 22nd. I'm going to have to write that down. Let me get my pen. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. That is awesome. Congratulations on getting that interview. You're doing some great things over there. That's always a good thing. And at 3 p.m. Perfect. All right. And then Nelia and David's channel. Hello. Good evening to you. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Okay, great. You're saying hello to everyone. That is perfect. Thank you all for being here so much. So, we have just finished talking about angel investors. Let me make sure that I have all the information for that I wanted to give to you. So also understand that angel investors don't always fly solo, all right? They will be coming with a whole team. They also may have other investors who are in their network that might be interested in what you have. Even if they don't, oftentimes angel investors are connectors of people, places, and things. So if your investment opportunity is not the right one, if your business is not the right one for them right then and there, do not get defeated. Do not feel like, oh my goodness, another one bites the dust. Pitch like you have never pitched before, because they may hear of another person in their circle that would be more interested in what you have to offer. My daughter is a new real estate agent, and so she had to do cold calls, and so she was asking me for a list of friends and family that I knew that might be interested, or that she could practice her pitch on, letting them know, if you're interested in buying a new home, selling your home, renting a home, leasing your home, getting into investment properties, whatever, that she would be the woman for you. And I told her, I said, even if you're doing it to someone or talking to someone who's not interested in moving, selling, or doing anything right now, talk to them as if they are, because you never know who they may know that might be looking for a realtor. And so a lot of that has happened for her. It wasn't the person she spoke to, but people that they knew, because her pitch was so professional and so on point, until when someone in their circle said they were looking for someone, they were confident in her being able to handle them and take care of them in a professional manner. So no matter what, don't get discouraged, don't beat yourself up, continuously stay professional to the end. If during the pitch If they're looking like they're disinterested, and trust me, some of the most disinterested looking people are the ones who are most interested in what you have to answer, what you have to offer. That disinterest look is almost like a play on for them to get you to see how you would react or respond in a situation that wasn't as inviting. So always know that. So do your very best no matter what. Okay. It's almost like YouTube when you go live and you might just have one person in your live. You may not have anyone in your live, but you want to still practice really well. Do it as if you have a screen filled with people, that you have so many people until you just, can't even handle it. Your chat is just flying. So always, just always do your best as if. All right. Before I go to the next, I am going to see who else is in the building. Let's see. All right. I see everyone is speaking. Oh, I see Pink Motivation. Hello, sis. How are you doing this evening? Hope you're doing well. It's great to see you. It's great to see everyone. I appreciate you all. You could have been anywhere, but you said, you know what? Let me go and check out what Coach Sherry is saying. And I appreciate you all. Okay, so the next will be the venture capitalists. And I really like venture capitalists. They they are they are more interesting than you can imagine, and they have a huge circle, and they typically are all over the world. And so I was going to give you a list of the top ones, but really you have to look for the ones that are in your industry. So that's why joining associations and networking is very important, so that you can hear who people are doing business with. I went to an event, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the venture capitalist organization that put it on, but they deal with like a lot of environmental type investments. And several years ago, a guy had a pitch for his business on saving forests. Have you ever heard of that before? Saving forests. So this young man wanted to raise money for this business to save forests, and he got I can't remember how much, but the venture capitalists found him investors that were interested in environmental issues. And since then, I think it's been about 3 years ago, he's raised over $400 million in saving forests all over. So there's so many people with so many different interests, and they're just looking for that thing, and you may have that thing. So find, like, do your research, find venture capitalists that are more aligned with who you are and what you are offering. When my husband and I did our real estate investment, I found real estate venture capitalists, and they happened to be in California. All we had to do was fly them here to show them the land that we were going to develop. I sent them the business plan, had many conversations with them. But that what we were doing wasn't going to make sense to just any investor. That's why it was important for us to find one who already knew real estate, who understood the trends, and would take a chance on novice developers, which was what we were. That was our very first development. So there are firms that invest money in startups, and usually for equity in the business. So just know that as a venture capitalist, an investor is going to have a piece of that pie in addition to what they have given you. So you want to make sure, you and that person or that investment group agrees to the terms. So they can also often provide you guidance to young companies, because they may have invested in so many. Or if you're working through the broker, the broker that we used was one person, and he connected us to the investors. But that broker had so much knowledge on development and things like that, until they can be a great resource for you as well. And they can also help you with access to other networks. and other opportunities within your industry. So let me see. Some of these investors, some of these venture capitalists, they are going to want you to have some skin in the game as well. So for instance, I'm on a planning committee right now, and we're trying to acquire a grant. And this is another thing, this is a particular grant. Well, this grant is wanting us to have just as much money as the grant is going to give us invested into the project. Well, instead of using our own money, we're looking towards venture capitalists that are interested in what we're doing so that they can put in that other half. And that's what is called OPM, other people's money. And so then you have to figure out, like, all right, what are the terms? Is this going to be viable? Is it, going to be something good? And so the grant that we're working on is 200,000. So we're looking for a $200,000 venture capitalist to invest that much too. Okay, let's see. Um, yeah, and typically, a venture capitalist the terms will be between 5 and 10 years. So even though they have some skin in the game, they're not a partner until the end. They do have an end. So you have to determine how long is that relationship going to be. Okay. Let me see if there's any questions or concerns here. Hi, North Vikings. Hello. I have two new dance. Okay. Hello. Welcome, though. Welcome. Glad to see you. I remember seeing you. I believe you came into the live on Thursday as well. So I appreciate you. So that is another way that you can map out, another source that you can map out when you are trying to finance your business. All right. And the next is bank loans. And a lot of times people run to bank loans first because that is just what people are used to. It's the most common. Um, and that's just what people know and they feel most comfortable with. So bank loans they're cool. I would say try and have a good relationship with a banker. And also look to banks that also are good with working with small businesses. So the best banks for small business loans are Chase Bank, Live Oak Bank, that's Liveoak Bank, Wells Fargo, Capital One, and Bank of America. So those are the top or the best banks for small business loans. And then of course, you have the banks that you currently bank with if you have a relationship with them. And if there's a bank that specifically deals with that industry, because we also for our real estate development went the bank loan route as well because it was a multi-million-dollar project. And we didn't utilize the bank that we typically bank with on a personal level. We went to a bank that was used to working with contractors, construction, developments, and things like that. So, whatever your industry is, look for a bank that has a specialty. And not all banks have specialties, but there are some that do. So, research and see if there's a bank that kind of understands your industry because they'll understand how you need your money, how your money needs to be distributed, that you don't need all your money at once. You might ask for a certain amount, but you don't need all that money. And if you don't need it, don't take it because then you'll have to pay the interest on it. And so if you work with a really good banker, they'll know that. Also, that's where networking comes in and joining associations so you can understand exactly how much you would need so that you don't have to take it all out. You'll know, well, in your first year you're asking for this, but you really only going to need this in the first year. But it's good to have that in reserves because your second year, your third year is really going to ramp up and you're going to need those funds available. Or within your first year, you're going to need those funds available for a variety of reasons. Okay, so here are some tips for bank loans. Understand what is needed for the application. So, of course, you're going to have to fill out an application. Read the application thoroughly, understand what kind of documents you're going to need in order to be a candidate for that bank loan. Have your business plan and financials in order. And they're probably, especially if you are a startup, are going to ask for your personal financials. And so you also, when you go for a bank loan and you're a startup business, your personal credit score may be considered. You know, structure your business so that it's not tied in, but just in case, have them available as well. Pick the right type of business loan for your needs. Select a bank with a strong reputation in your industry. And like I said, you'll know that from networking and due diligence. Read all documentation and fine print. Read everything. Have a lawyer. And that's another thing we're going to talk about later. Your team, who needs to be on your team. But this is when you bring the lawyer in when you are dealing with not just the bank loans, but also with your angel investors, also with your venture capitalists, also with just your family and friends. Whatever you are writing and signing or having someone else sign, definitely have your attorney to read through it and make sure it makes sense and no one's going to walk away injured, especially you. So that is what I have regarding the bank loans. Let me see who else. Over 50 and Fantabulous is in the building. Hello. Thank you so much, sis, for welcoming everyone in the live. It is great to see you. You are marvelous. I see House of X Entertainment just walked in. Hello. Hello. Yes. Let's see. Chase is a great bank. And if you are into real estate, Chase is a great bank for real estate. I don't know why, but they are like the cat's meow when it comes to real estate with development, construction, all of that. Chase is that one. Let's see. Thank you all for being here. So, okay, you're saying hello to everyone. Yes. So that's what I have for you tonight regarding the mapping out your financial situation for your business. Um, if you have any additional questions, please let me know now. I want to remind you that coming in early 2021, I am going to have my mastermind group. And in that group, I am going to have just 10 people. I'm going to have 10 people on the entrepreneur side, and I'm going to have 10 people on the career side. And that is where you will get one-on-one coaching. You will get more specific needs or more of your needs specifically addressed. I will help you navigate through a lot of the things that I'm giving you an overview for through this particular playbook, business playbook book series. So we will go more in depth, and I'm excited about it. I used to do group coaching all the time, and it's a time when even if people aren't in the same industry, just hearing the other stories, do a lot of give and take, and you will be so amazed at how much further you will be propelled. You will have complete access to me and resources, and so I'm excited for it. I am still crafting it. I'm already setting up guest speakers to just be for that group. That will be a private group so that they can share with you, especially when it comes to finances, different things that are out there and available to the public that so many people don't know about. There are even nonprofits that have money for businesses. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to share that information more in depth with that. Let me see what else is going on. I see everyone is still speaking. Okay, good. This is great. So, if you don't have each other in this chat, I highly recommend that you write everyone's name down that you don't have and go check them out. It is nothing but love in this chat. Great people, great content creators. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here once again, and I see everyone is still speaking. I also wanted to share this quote. I shared it during the Third Thursday virtual networking event, and it's from Nelson Mandela, and it's I never lose, I either win or learn. And so tonight, with this information, I hope that you either won because this information is going to propel you to the next level, is giving you some something to think about, something to consider, something to implement in your business right away. It's giving you more conversations with your partners on how you're going to obtain financing for your business, especially going into 2021. Or I hope that you just learned. I hope that, if you're like, well, I don't even have my business right now, so I'm not really winning with that, but I'm learning. And that's what this is all about, learning. So I hope that you learn something very valuable that's going to take you to that next level. That's what this is all about, leveling up, building that strong foundation so it doesn't crumble as you are stacking things on top. So many people grow fast and furious, but that doesn't always win the race. It may look good at the moment, but it's not sustainable. When you build that strong foundation in your business, in any relationship, in your career, that is what wins the race. It's the slow but steady, it's what endures. I really appreciate you all for being here. Our next session is next Saturday, the Saturday after Christmas at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. This channel is about workforce development, career readiness, entrepreneurship, and of course, real life, real issues, and real talk. I am Coach Sherry, and I am your business and career coach. I work with small to mid sized businesses and nonprofit organizations on developing strategies and systems that is going to take them to the next level. I work with individuals one on one on crafting their career story as they go through their career path. Until we speak again, remember, practice hard. Practice so hard that when you play, you will always, always play to win. I thank each and every one of you for being here. This has been a special moment with you. And remember, consider your finances, map it out. All right. I hope that you got a lot of great nuggets from this business playbook series, part 5. Next week is part 6. All right, everyone, stay safe until we speak again. Let's see. Oh wait, I see some questions before I go out. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Over 50 and fantabulous. Yes, I will have all that information in the description box. How you can reach out to me as well. Thank you. Have a peaceful weekend as well. Over 50 and Lynn. Thank you.